one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. It's gotta mean something to you. It gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2-3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
Cashing in, say, the way Liv did, well, that's like winning the lottery, isn't it? And I don't need to win the lottery because I work my ass off every week for a paycheck.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps because they know. They know what happens next. So without further ado, Free Smoke. Look, scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much or how you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa Bars forever, like they decided to throw me under Slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop a million songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our blocks, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
Don't let the minutia of people distract us. This is the last year in the NAL. Next year we going to the AFL. A lot of owners around here got this type of money to even be in this league, so let's get that clear. A lot of naysayers around here, I've been seeing a lot of players chip chat about me. You think I care what the NAL players say about me?
Yo, this episode might not go up on the same day, but I just want y'all to know, second recording in the same day, yo. It's not really an accomplishment or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? But the boy stopped being lazy and got up and did 2 recordings in one day because I got something to say. Listen, first off, how's everybody doing tonight? Or today, this afternoon, whichever point in time you're listening, but I'm recording this thing at 12 at night. It is 12:07 Eastern time to be exact. But that is neither here nor there. I hope it. Y'all, I'm watching this lady pull out this big old sausage out of this thing. Pause. Like she just pulled out a snake, yo. Anyways, Austin, I was gonna call this man Austin Theory. Austin Rivers had some things to say about James Harden, Ben Simmons, Dame Lillard, about, these guys requesting trades and whatnot. And I got a lot to say about what Austin Rivers had to say. And, when I first saw this quote, I didn't believe he really said it. Then I went and actually, he did say this. And, I'm always baffled when the house nigga say, Master, they can do a couple more hours of that cotton picking. That's always baffling to me when I see stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's so baffling when, I hear so many athletes say, oh, it's a fraternity, it's a family. It's not. It's so very clearly not. Because why would Austin Rivers, for one, I don't even know why Austin Rivers would care enough to be maybe this got something to do with his pops getting fired from Philly. He think it got something to do with James Harden, so he wanted to take a shot at James Harden, but he masked it by taking a shot at other people. But my goodness, bro, why do he care what other people do? Other players specifically do with their careers. So, you know, saying that these players requesting trades is messing up the league, and you know, it's one thing when you're a free agent, but then when you sign a contract, that's so crazy when I hear people say that. You never think you'll hear an athlete say that, but then you got to realize these dudes are athletes, not geniuses. Some of these dudes are absolute dipshits. Case in point. But it's so astounding to me when the worker begin to get on his knees and suck off the owner. It's so crazy. What does it do for Austin Rivers to say what he said? What, he get more fans? He get the fan support? Some fans what, he get more fans following him on Instagram and whatnot saying, oh, we like Austin Rivers. What, maybe one or two dudes might buy a jersey sale? What are we doing? Why do Austin Rivers care what other dudes are doing with their careers? For one, I done heard the quote so many times. This can only come out of the mouth of a loser, bro. I mean, I'm just saying, man, this can only come out the mouth of a loser, bro. Because for one, this thought got to be marinating in your head for a while. All right. This, you know what this remind me of? When CJ McCollum was bitching about the Warriors super team, bro. Like, bro, what do you bitching about the super team do? Bro, you acting like the fans, bro. What do you bitching about another team being good do for you? How does that help you and your team? 2, why do I want a teammate that's bitching about how good another team is? Oh my God, they so good we can't do. And 3, once again I ask, why do you care? Now some people gonna say, oh, well, it's their job to care. No, it's not. Their job is to compete. Win, lose, or draw. This mentality of bitching about what other teams do, what other players do. And, you know, it's so funny to me to hear Austin Rivers say this, because I'm trying to find the quote of Austin Rivers going at the owners and the GMs for breaking contracts. I'm trying to hear the quote where he got mad about owners and GMs getting rid of players before the end of the contracts, firing players, releasing players before the end of the contracts. I'm trying to find the quote of Austin Rivers going at the owners for that. But all of the sudden, this is a one-way business. It worked one way. Only the players are supposed to hold true to a contract. And it's so weird that people keep doing this shit with, oh, you signed a contract. Bro, more contracts are broken in this everyday life we live than they are honored, bro. That's just the reality. People get divorced every fucking day. Jobs hire and fire people every day. That's just the reality. The fact that you try to hold it against guys in sports because you root for teams that they should have some moral compass that is higher, like the standard that y'all hold athletes to, is ridiculous. But I talk about fans doing it. I mean, you got these moronic ass athletes who believe the same thing. Now, I think it's very funny that Austin Rivers, a guy who is not a top tier player in the league, would think this. Because if Austin Rivers was a top 15 player in the league, do you believe that he would care about honoring contracts? If Austin Rivers was a top tier player whose legacy was talked about on a routine basis on TV, like a Steph Curry, like a LeBron, like a Kevin Durant, like a Kobe, like a Jordan, like a Giannis Antetokounmpo, do you think he would be okay with just no player empowerment? Because essentially he's shitting on player empowerment. He's saying players should not have empowerment. They should, when they sign contracts, they should stick to the contract. They should not break contracts and all of this other nonsense. That's basically what he's saying. So it's cool when the owners do it and when the GMs and teams do it, but it's a problem when the players do it. It's the same jackass argument I hear when people say, oh, I hate super teams. But you didn't hate it when the Lakers was building super teams. You didn't hate it when the Celtics were building super teams. You didn't hate it when none of those Bulls teams were super teams. You didn't hate it when no team back in the day built super teams. But now all these players are soft. They ruining the league. They like teaming up with each other. Dudes been teaming up since the beginning of time. I know you like to believe that one dude can be on a team and win a championship by himself, but that's just not how it has ever worked. This urge, this desire to see guys struggle at the ultimate level before you believe they deserve to win is insanity. You feeling as though you need to see somebody struggle and go through hell before they can touch success, before they deserve success, is ridiculous. This notion that somebody cannot have success for a certain amount of time, or you gonna start hating, or they have to humble themselves to the absolute extreme, is ridiculous. Like, y'all are ridiculous, bro. And Austin Rivers is ridiculous too. Really, the jackass in me really wanted to get on here and just say, Austin Rivers, shut the fuck up, bro. But I'm not gonna do that. Okay? I'm not gonna do that. But I'm just baffled at, I'm confused as to what did he gain from this quote. Why do you give a fuck of Dame? Now, where was Austin Rivers all these years when Dame Lillard was loyal to his team and his team didn't do enough to put a championship team around him? What is this? He got enjoyment out of seeing this Dame Lillard lose because they were trying. What? And once again, I say, why does Austin Rivers care? For one, Austin Rivers ain't paid to care about what other NBA players do right now. That's for one. He paid to go out there and contribute to winning. I don't know how you could be doing that when you worried about what all these other dudes who trying to win is doing. I don't get that. Bringing up Ben Simmons and James Harden. Why? For one, they done accomplished more in the league than what you done accomplished. And not only that, those are sought after players, high caliber players, players who done put themselves on that level through their play, which you should be worrying about doing. So I'm baffled that you shooting down player empowerment. I don't hear you bitching about the owners and teams putting together super teams, not honoring contracts and things of that nature. But some reason you walked out the pastor this morning and said, I want to shit on players. That's what I'm saying, man. These dudes are morons. This is why I talk shit about player unions. This is why I don't have no problem talking shit about certain players. Because some of this shit that come out their mouths, some of the shit that they say for attention makes no sense. What do you gain from this? I'm confused. And like I said, bro, I just can't help but think to myself, only a loser would say this and think like this. Like, bro, Austin Rivers had to be sitting around thinking to himself, oh man, I'm so sick and tired of these dudes, wanting better for themselves, demanding to get traded and what. That shit ain't slowing up the league, bro. That shit ain't got nothing to do with you. Teams that's trying to get those dudes probably not trying to get you anyways. Not to mention, you don't move the needle like those dudes do. But once again, I ask, if he did move the needles like a Dame Lillard, like a Ben Simmons, like a James Harden, would he then have this problem with player empowerment? If Austin Rivers was considered a top 5 player, do you believe Austin Rivers would have this same exact thought? Or do you think Austin Rivers just bored and needed some attention? Austin Rivers is a hypocrite, because I can tell you the answer right now. If he was on the level of one of these dudes, he wouldn't give 2 damns about a fucking contract, especially if he was trying to win. It's very easy for players who ain't on a certain level to bitch and complain about what players who get talked about on a routine basis go through. What they should do, what they shouldn't do. When in God's name did Austin Rivers start caring about the integrity of the league and protecting the league and what's best for the league? Bro, shut up. Worry about yourself, bro. Because the only reason you still in the league is because you hopping around from team to team as a bench player, bro. These dudes got too much integrity and pride to be still hopping around from team to team as bench players. When they can't be great no more, they'll probably retire. Nobody is thinking about Austin Rivers when they talk about the history of basketball. A lot of these dudes gonna be talked about. So them demanding player empowerment, demanding trades and all that type of stuff, you stay out of that. I understand I ain't never been in the league, but you ain't never been in that club, bro. So stay out of it. All right? If we were in high school talking about high school ball, maybe this would be your conversation for you. But you ain't Dame Lillard. You ain't James Harden. You ain't Ben Simmons. And you ain't never been none of them dudes. And you'll more than likely never be as far as on the court. So how about you worry about yourself, Austin Rivers? All right? And it's a real shame. It's like I say, loser mentality, because who is talking about Austin Rivers hopping from team to team when he going to different teams to try to compete for championships? Oh, so because you ain't moving the needle, you can go chase the championship on different teams, but they can't? Oh, I guess it's different because teams break your contract anyways, because they trade you, let you go. Like I said, this conversation is for the superstars, for the greats, for the guys who you got to talk about basketball. When you talk about basketball, you got to talk about these guys. These is guys who dominated eras, who had dominant decades, who had dominant 5+ years of excellence. You don't fit the criteria. All right? I would never tell somebody not to just talk about anything, because I feel like you should be free to talk about all things. But after you've made a comment or you said something so egregious, so stupid, just, hey, like them old white boys be saying, telling the black app, stay in your lane. All right? Shut up. Mind your business. All right? You worry about bench player things and let the big dogs worry about that shit. All right? They touching money that you seen. Listen, Austin Rivers is doing very good for himself, but you ain't touching the money that they touching. So you worry about yourself. You in a different tax bracket, my boy. Like, I can't talk about your bread. You don't talk about their bread and what they doing to get to where they need to get to. All right. They worried about rings and things. You worry about, getting your next check and all those type of things. All right. You worry about getting the best offer you can get on that free agent market when you team hop. All right. And let the big boys who actually have legacies to worry about. Let the big boys who actually get talked about on TV on a routinely basis, not just because they say something outlandish. Let them worry about the winning and the championships and the big bread and the trade. Let them worry about that. Because when player empowerment was created to be a band with you, Austin Rivers, it wasn't created for you. All right. You know what I'm saying? You were one of when LeBron James and all these other dudes did what they weren't thinking about, we creating a way for Austin Rivers to be able to do this one day. You're not the guy they were thinking about. All right. So stay in your lane, buddy. You worry about yourself. Shut up. All right. Can't stand when players say and do shit like this. What do it serve you from getting on your knees and sucking off an owner or a GM? I don't get it. It makes absolutely no sense to me. But hey, that's just my thoughts. What do you guys think about Austin Rivers and what he had to say? Do you agree with him? I know some jackasses, some dickheads out there who agree with him. Players should be loyal to the team. You signed a contract. And then I will proceed to give you millions upon millions of examples of multiple industries and players and people and everyday life breaking contracts. You probably broke a contract in your lifetime when you decided to quit a job. But hey, you all are saints, not sinners. With that being said, though, I appreciate you guys for watching, checking me out on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. You can be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today. Like, subscribe, share. I appreciate y'all for checking me out, man. I really do. I appreciate all the support. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, she know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy, scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber, you out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.